Hi, welcome back to On The Volley. I'm here, it's a boiling hot day. I'm here in the centre, outside the Shamrock Irish pub, just round the corner from the Colosseum, right in the centre of Rome. Now, I'm here today to talk about Celtic. It's been a little bit of a while that I haven't put a video up on Celtic yet. I do want to say though, I did actually do a video, okay, during the game, okay, the Scottish FA Cup final against Aberdeen. Must have been about 30 odd clips, yeah. And I decided against sending that to Keeper because the boy's working 7 days a week and it would have taken him ages to, you know, edit it and put it all together. So then what I did is I did an after match interview. And I didn't send it to Keeper. Yeah, one, I didn't like how it was, okay, right? I just wasn't too pleased with what I put out there. And, you know, we've been looking at our videos and the views and that. And like I've always said, I'm going to repeat this. It's a hobby for us. I'll do it even if it's just for one view. Okay, so that's not the problem. But obviously, because we're not consistent, we know that, you know, we're not going to be able to build unless we really start putting out a video every single day, more or less, I believe. And maybe I need to structure as well the videos. I do it spontaneous, it's off the hip, baby, it's off the hip. I just come down here, no plan, sit down and just start talking basically. And that's it. So anyway, I thought today I'd come out here. You know, I really want to talk about transfers today, yeah? But let's start with the Scottish FA Cup final. Now I know there's been loads of videos on it, okay, right? So, you know, what have I got to add that will be any different to what anyone else has said? I understand that, but I just give my point of view on the game per se. Okay, so, you know, we lost, you know, we won 1-0 up, as you all know. Okay, I think it was an own goal by Dorrington. They equalised. I mean, Maeda had a great opportunity. He was clear on goal. It was 1-on-1. And props to the keeper, because he just, you know, he just basically opened his whole body out, stuck his leg out, and he managed to save the ball with his leg, yeah? And you've got to give props to the guy. Now, I'll give props to Aberdeen, okay, the players, because they gave it their all. Let's not forget, we'd beaten them 5-1. Okay, the game before. It was a friendly. It was definitely not a, a rehearsal, if you like, yeah, for the cup final, because both teams had made so many changes, you know, in preparation for the cup final. They didn't want any injuries whatsoever. Anyway, so it goes to penalties, all the way to penalties. And I was saying it, as Callum McGregor walked up to take his penalty, excuse me, I was saying to the people around me, I said, look, I hate to say this, but 9 times out of 10, it's the player. Let's hold on a second, because this will make a lot of noise. Anyway, like I was saying, yeah, 9 times out of 10, it's the player that you'd bet your house on to score that will miss. And Callum McGregor, he walks up to the ball and keeper saves it. And you could see the you know, the disappointment in McGregor's face. I mean, he's had an excellent season. He's had an excellent few seasons. I mean, he stepped up when Scott Brown left, when everyone was saying, oh, you know, who is gonna step into Scott Brown's shoes? And McGregor has done it and filled it, and he's been a stalwart for us over the last few seasons, yeah? So it was a bit of a shame. It is what it is. It happens. Well, go on, bro. It happens. And props to Aberdeen. They scored all their penalties, okay? And we missed another one. I think it was Johnson as well. So that was it. Game over. And look, I'll be honest, yeah? It was a disappointment not winning the treble, so that's 2 doubles in 2 seasons for Rodgers. But if you think about it, it would have been worse if we'd be playing the final against them lot down the road and we'd lost to them. So that's a positive. And, you know, Aberdeen haven't won that trophy in 35 years. I think it's a tourist group. Yeah, it's a tourist group. So, you know, I'm not going to call it a plus side, but I'm happy for the Aberdeen players and the Aberdeen fans, yeah? Look, we've dominated for so long that it's going to happen that every now and then we are going to lose the final. And, you know, I think it's a good thing that teams like Aberdeen come into a final where they're the underdogs, okay, and actually win a trophy. It's good for them, it's good for their fan base, it's good for the players, and I think it's good for Scottish football. And talking about underdogs, if you look at it, it's been a season of underdogs. Newcastle, Carabao Cup, Crystal Palace, FA Cup, both underdogs. Tottenham in the final against Man U, the bookies had them as underdogs, okay? And they beat Man United to win the Europa League Cup. Anyway, so it's on to next season, and now really, I think all our concentration has to be on the transfers, the ins and outs. I've been saying it from day one. I said it last season as well, but this season it's even more significant and relevant. Dyson Maeda, okay, all the talk is about Dyson Maeda. Now I know that Fenerbahce are really, really looking to buy him. Jose Mourinho really rates him. And the fact that Jose Mourinho rates him, I think should give a message out to some of the teams out there in the Premier League, yeah? Because Jose Mourinho is, you know, he's still held in high esteem. And he sees what all the Celtic fans sees. Now I've heard there's been, you know, there's some interest. They're just waiting to see what happens, how it progresses from English teams, yeah? I said this, I do believe, and I don't know whether it was on one of the videos which we didn't put up, but I believe that Leeds United are going to spend big, and I wouldn't be surprised if Leeds United put a bid in for him, because they need a player like Dyson Maeda. Let's not forget, Leeds back in the day were a big team. Now they're back in Premier League, and I honestly believe that Dyson Maeda is going to be one of their targets. So anyway, as I was saying, I think even though Dyson Maeda says he loves it, okay, at Celtic, I think that Dyson Maeda will probably go. Now, the amount that they're quoting for Dyson Maeda, I think is ridiculous. They're talking about 10 million. 10 million for Dyson Maeda. If you're going to sell him, get 25 million, get 30 million. I think he's worth it. I think the board, if they do sell him, they need to be a little bit more aggressive on the price. Do not undersell him, okay? Because I think that'll be a big mistake. Yes, I know that when they do that, they put on a sell-on clause. I know that, yeah? So, you know, with that in mind, yeah. But I still think he's worth more than 10 million. So if you're going to sell him, if you are going to sell him for 25, 30 million. That's what I say. Now, my understanding is Rodgers would like to keep him, you know, so I don't know what's going to happen there. I do believe that Dyson will go. It's been 3 seasons he's been there, yeah, and this has been his best season. So we're just going to have to see what happens there. Now, Visgarden. We've been talking about Visgarden, I mean, last season, okay, season before, we've just been hearing about Visgarden. But again, like I said, whenever they're talking about transfers, it's mainly rumours and speculation, yeah? I try to talk about things that are more concrete and more probable. And this is why I'm just going to stick with Dyson Maeda for the moment, yeah? There are a lot more names being floated around, okay, of players that, you know, we want to come in. Apparently I heard they've put a price on Hatate. But unless I get a little bit more concrete information, I really don't want to talk about things that could or might be, okay? Like I said, you know, rumours and speculations. But it's going to be interesting to see what our decision is with Dyson Maeda. Me personally, I'd like to keep him. I would do. I think he's an integral part of our team. But like I said before, like we all know, we are a selling club, yeah? The good thing is our recruitment team has always come up and done the business, yeah? So with that in mind, I'm not too worried. Anyway, look, that's it. Just short and sweet from me. Shah. I'm out.